Hello, my name is Starlight. Welcome to my YouTube channel, and I'm reaching out to all of you beautiful souls out there. How are you doing? I hope all of you are doing great. And don't mind me, Starlight just realized I forgot to get my dinger bell ready. So anyway, here I am again. Well, not again, but here I am, but at a different hiking place. I never know what God is going to have me do from one day to the next. So it's really challenging at times, but exciting at the same time. So I don't know how many of you have ever gone on a journey like Starlight is, where, you know, so many days after a while you're taking a step of faith and, just trusting that God is going to take care of everything, and God has. So anyway, I just want to make sure you're taking really good care of yourself. Make sure, are you getting any fruit and vegetables? I see you snacking on that other stuff, but are you, at least trying to have balance with the kind of food that you eat? Say, yeah, I know I've been eating a lot of junk food. I might as well throw in some carrots. Do you like carrots? Like, what's up, Doc? Or apples. Like right now, do you want to buy any apples from Starlight? They're really big and sweet and juicy. They are. I ate one. I have one in my bag. I actually will show you. These apples are so delicious. Well, look at these babies. These are yum yum. Look at how big this baby is. So would you like to buy this apple so I can get some gas money? You never know what Starlight's gonna do next, and it works. Hey, it works. I need gas money. So anyway, I love all of you, and I hope you had your apple today. An apple a day keeps the doctor away, right? So anyway, if you are new to my YouTube channel, welcome, and I do have some new subscribers. Thank you, and welcome to all of you that have recently subscribed to my YouTube channel. Thank you so much from my heart to yours. And if you are new to my YouTube channel, you can find me on YouTube, and that is at Starlight, and that is Kathy with a K Dingman. Plus, you can give this video a thumbs up. That is if you want to see and be that change that you want to see in the world, and we need it. We really do. And also, you can leave a message down below. Beep, beep, beep. Don't forget, you could subscribe to my YouTube channel, and thank all of you for subscribing to my YouTube channel. Plus, don't forget the notification bell. That way you do not miss any videos. And don't forget to check out my playlist. I do have a person on my YouTube channel. This guy I talked to last night, he wants to check out Starlight's spiritual awakening videos when Starlight turned into Moses. So that will be interesting there. So anyway, you can also find me or follow me on Instagram at 1995 Starlight, or on Facebook, and that is Kathy with a K Dingman Starlight. So I wanted to kind of start at this part right here because it's so cute. I was going to walk further, but I love this stuff. Starlight is. But when they did this sidewalk here, of course you could see the tire marks from, a bicycle going in and out here. But this is so cute. Now, I don't know what kind of prints these are because I would have to check out. I'm not sure, maybe but anyway, I thought that was so cute that they put these interesting things on these trails out here. So this is my first time, and I'll give you a view how this looks like. And I just came over a little bridge, and I just got here. It's I love God so much, and like I said, I'm giving my life over to God so then God can use me. So it's amazing what God does to Starlight sometimes. Sometimes I am amazed how God guides me, who God has me to talk to. And I just seen a guy today. He was in a vehicle, and he was in a black car. He was working for a company. And now you get to see all these little prints of animal prints out here. They must have had fun doing that. Let me get that job. I would have had fun doing that. But so the guy had a car, and the numbers on the car, it was 3 times on this car, which was really, it's because the area code out here is 904, and where I am, and then it had 222, 22222. So Starlight isn't. I actually talked to that man and told him that God has a message for him. And you know, it is amazing. I don't know that guy, but God, oh, new little tracks. Now these are duck tracks or bird tracks there. So I didn't know the guy, but God sent me to a Wawa's out in this area where I am right now to let him know that, hey, you know, I feel like an angel running around. I really do now. You know, I've had so many people tell me that anyway, that you're, you know, I'm an angel, like going out and helping people out here. So that's what I definitely felt like today, and this is not the first time I feel like that. But anyway, enough about Starlight. I just kind of want to share interesting things with you like that. I'll just finish a quick story with that man, though, with the car, that I had a difficult time trying to get to him to help him to understand that those numbers have meaning. And he's not the first guy I did this to, but in a way, you know, God was using me to do this. I decided, you know what, I'm having a hard time getting him to understand that these numbers, because he's from another country. And I figure, you know what, because I just got done playing the video of 2222. And it's weird because I've been getting 222 all day long today. Besides, I got 1111 today twice, you know, and I did get 888, you know, a few times today, and so many other numbers that I got to look up. So anyway, it is interesting, that video that I played for that man, that is exactly what he needed, the 2222, you know, because he, you know, God, I asked him, I said, I don't know if that sounds familiar to you, and he said yes. So those numbers do have meanings. And I did make a video the other day, are you ignoring messages, or, you know, like that God is using the angels to reach out to give you messages. So, and I met a young man that I met a few days ago, and he was always getting 20 a lot when he was younger. And so I played that video, and he said, wow, that is exactly how I was at that time, you know, going through, you know, he remembered what he was going through. So those numbers are very important. But anyway, I know I'm getting off track. Starlight does that is really today I want to talk to you is really, it doesn't matter whether you're a guy or a girl. I just want to take a peek over here because I'm thinking that's going to be a dead end, but I could be wrong. I've never been out here, but I'm going to just go straight. So this video can be more for women because women are more of the target, but these days it doesn't matter if you're a guy or a girl, you know, and God teaches me and shows me lessons, and you know, sometimes lessons are really you know, mind-boggling, you know, when God teaches you a lesson, or maybe you're going through something right now. And I'm going to ask you, you know, while I'm like making this video, I'm not going to hear you answer, but God knows anyway what you're thinking when I make this video. Is some people I've met in my life, they say when they meet strangers out in public, they do not trust anybody. So they're, you know, they might not even say hi. They might totally ignore those people out in public, you know. So I'm going to just keep going straight. That way I don't get lost, because there's a lot of trails that go off. And so how many of you out there, when you go out in public, how are you in public? You know, let's see a hand of how many of you, by raising your hand, ignore people when you go out in public? You know, you see them and you totally ignore them. You don't even give eye contact or anything like that. Oh my, there's some hands coming up. Wow, I can't believe it. There's more hands coming up than I actually really thought. Wow. Wow. And okay. So how many of you, like Starlight, that you're outgoing and very friendly out in public, and you'll say hi just to anyone? Well, not so many. Isn't that weird? You know, there's not a whole, hey, there's Starlight's feet prints. Of course, that's not Starlight's feet prints because she's got alien feet, and those are big. But yeah, so there's not a whole lot of, there are people out there that are very outgoing like Starlight, And it is so important to, you think about it, it's important to be friendly to people and, be pleasant to people, be kind to people out in public and smile to people and, at least try to, and I know some of you are like, no, Starlight, man, if you knew my past, hey, I had a past. I know what you're talking about. If, you know, believe me. But you know what? God really wants us to love people, and to what it is that a lot of people have built walls around themselves, where they don't want anybody to come into their life. But how is anybody ever going to help you out when you got the walls built up so much, where, there's people, people, I see it all over. I see it all the time. I see homeless people, men or women, where, I don't know what they went through, but man, it's almost like the energy, you can feel it, and I'm like an empath, so I'm very sensitive to people. And, where, people do it. We all have past. We all have different backgrounds. We all been hurt one way or another. Sometimes this does like a lot of times this happens with us, where you might have tried to, this happened not too long ago, where a guy said that he tried to help somebody, and he's seen that I was in the situation, and he's like, wow, man, he was thinking back and he was letting me know of a story that happened a long time ago where he did try to help a lady. And of course, sometimes when I hear people's stories, I can sense things why they're telling this story, because I have to say, not all the time. There's times when people try to help somebody out, like a homeless girl or a homeless guy. Sometimes they are thinking about, wonder what I can get from this person. They want to maybe give them a room to stay in or a shower to get cleaned up. There's times that, deep down inside their mind, though, is that they could be thinking of some naughty thoughts of thinking, if I get this person at my house, maybe, something, hoping that maybe something could happen between that guy or girl. And, so this does happen. Starlight's no dummy on that stuff. So it is true to, to be friendly to people and be kind out in public, at least smile, give eye contact. Yes. Imagine if all of us, and I don't want to say stuck up, but in a way it is that kind of a same kind of energy where you just don't even give eye contact to people. And I am very observant out in public. And so what it is that we need to have balance. This is what's missing. And God just revealed this to me about a week ago, is Starlight does. My rule was my whole life is to trust people. First thing, trust them, because say if we all just didn't trust anybody, would there even be guys and girls even getting together? Oh no, you're going to hurt me. Oh no, you're going to hurt me. Now we're not even going to get together because we're afraid that, we're going to get hurt. Well, it is important that we are kind and friendly, but like I just am still learning. Not that I learned a lesson, but I did get messages that God said that I did learn my lesson. And I'm just going to show you these trees out here. They kind of all like broken up a little bit. But what is missing is that we're off balance. If I just let people, if I just trust people, and that's what I do. I trust people until they give me a reason why I can't trust them. And then some of you are like, but then Starlight, it's too late. I hear you, I understand. But what it is that we have to be wise, and we have to listen to people when they're talking to see if they're being honest with us or not. Find out, and that's why it's so important to listen to people when they talk and make sure that they're not deceiving us, and to keep ourselves safe, men or women. It doesn't matter what sex you are, is to make sure you're in a safe area, and so, they do say this a lot, but I'm just going to clear this up a little bit. A lot of people say, hey, if you're going to meet somebody out in public, say if Starlight was going to meet a guy, like from a dating app or something, and Starlight's done this many times, so I have done some crazy stuff in the past, not very safe things. It's amazing that I'm alive today. But say if, I'm going to meet a man from a dating app, and everybody will tell you to, meet out somewhere in public. Yes, that is a good thing to do, but you gotta understand something about that. I'm not saying not to trust anybody, but we need to trust people, but we need to have balance with this. And this is what God has been teaching me for the last week. So God has been tested me, put me in situations, So we do have to be aware and be very observant to our surroundings and stuff. So if I meet a man out in public, say at a park, right? Well, these days, what are people doing out? A lot of people, I do this myself because I'm actually working. A lot of people think Starlight's probably texting to somebody, but that's not really what Starlight's doing when you see me out in public on my cell phone. Mainly it's because I'm uploading a video, I'm editing it. So I feel guilty in a way when I'm doing that because I'm like, I'm not one of those people on my phone all the time. Even though I carry it with me all the time, it's just that I really use it for editing videos, making videos, and I don't do very much texting at all. I haven't even watched very many YouTube videos lately, except for number videos. Instead of being so afraid of, I got somebody coming here. We can't be just afraid about everybody out in public, but we need to have balance out in public, is to be kind out in public, but at the same time have balance, is to, know your surroundings and listen to those people when they talk to see if they're being honest and not deceitful. Because if all of us were cold-hearted towards each other, how could, where's love going to come in? Where's couples going to get together or anything like that? Hang on. So we need to have balance. You need to, and God showed me this the other day as far as, I'm going to just show you here, is to meet in a safe place and kind of keep your distance a little bit, from these people, especially like if Starlight was going to meet a man out in the public. Is what I'm going to say about the public thing is, now, depending on where you are sorry about that, is you got to understand, though, about being out in public is, like I was saying, I got kind of distracted a little bit because that man was coming through and I didn't want him in my video, is that, like I was saying, how Starlight, you'll see Starlight, sometimes I got to take pictures off my phone to make more space on my phone, or I'm taking pictures, but I'm not really using it actually to make too many phone calls or to text anybody. I'm not really crazy about texting at all, because then I need both of my hands to do that. So what I'm saying is that if there's a lot of people that are distracted out in public, just because you're out in public, it really doesn't mean that you are 100% safe. Because I used to be a thief when I was younger, and I know a lot of you are like, Starlight, you stole when you were, yes, believe me. I came from a family, every one of us was stealing except for my sister. So yeah, it was in the genes, it was in my DNA to do that when I was a kid, and I did a lot of it. So I did a lot of stealing when I was a kid growing up, and did a lot of lying when I was growing up when I was a kid, and God was showing me some very valuable lessons when I was growing up. And so I'm just going to stand here for a bit because this is kind of beautiful in a way with all the green out here. So the thing is what I learned as a thief is, when I used to steal, is I could go in, it was an all-day job, is just to drive around, go to malls, and Starlight could go into a mall. I could do it today if I wanted to, but these days they got, the security stuff is a lot different. And go into a store at a mall, and I could probably take 5 shirts at one shot, maybe a little bit more, take them out with me and go back in and take some more. And I mean, like, it's really ridiculous where a thief that really is like a professional thief like Starlight was, is that we realize as a thief that even though you can go in the store and steal something, we just knew the timing of when to steal and when not to steal. And a lot of times if you are like a professional, you're going to have somebody to go in there with you, and kind of like the way the Christians do, 2 by 2. So, or even more is even better, more eyes. But you can go in with certain many people, and where you got extra eyes out there keeping an eye on you. Or Starlight's so naughty is, where you can actually have one of the people come in, like acting like they're a customer. And this is how they get tricked at malls easily is, if you got 4 people coming in a mall and they're going to steal from you, is, you could have 2 people that are not even a couple, and you could talk to the workers in there and act like you want to have them look at stuff, like, hey, do you got any of these pants in this size, or do you got any shoes in this size? And so you got those people that are distracting the workers, keeping them busy while you're going in and out, and while the other one, depending on how you do that, is to, now I shouldn't even put these on my videos, right? But so it's easy to get people distracted, or that people are already distracted, and that's what I learned, like with shoplifting, is Starlight could go in and look right at the worker that was working and steal right in front of them, and they never even knew it. They would have never even expected it, give them eye contact and everything, and only be like so many feet away, and bam, there goes the clothes, there goes Starlight, so people get distracted easily. And so that's why I just want to make this video, especially for women and men, it doesn't matter, but especially if you're homeless is the point of this video, is because what happens if anybody finds out that you're homeless, men or women, is that they will use it against you, and they will say, she needs money, she needs, maybe gasoline like Starlight a lot of times, or she might need food, and I've had many people get worried about Starlight, and that's why those numbers are so important, because I get messages from the universe, where I got a message about watching out my boundaries and stuff. And, it's so important to pay attention to those numbers, because they are, the universe does help us and protect us as long as we listen to those numbers, and we don't listen to those numbers or check them out. You're going to miss out maybe when God's telling you, hey, you know what? You better watch out, because God already knows ahead of time that somebody's maybe stalking you, like that was going on a few days ago with Starlight, where, you gotta be wise as a serpent and harmless as a dove. So especially when you're in a situation like Starlight is, and this is what goes on with a lot of young teenagers out there, is this is how they pick these people up, is that they need food, and they need maybe water, something to drink, maybe clothing, and people will come to them, no matter if you're a boy or a girl or a guy or a woman, especially if you are in need, where they will come and they will act like they're going to help you out, but then they deceive you and they trick you, and they could set you up, especially if they meet you and then they want to meet you later on, is they could set the whole, just like a movie, and set the whole stage up for you, and where it looks safe and all that. And so it's really important to keep yourself safe. And it doesn't mean that we don't have to talk to people, because out here you get a lot of people worried about trafficking, like where people are taking people, whether guys or girl, and taking them away, and who knows what happens to these innocent people out there. So especially homeless people or runaways, where people are desperate and they need help and stuff like that. So that's why this video needs to get made is, don't change who you are. Like, I met a guy the other day, a young guy that I already said about, is that he was very open with people, and he's actually, it's kind of weird. God guides me different places, and he's homeless, living in his car. It's amazing. I didn't know it. I didn't even say anything about my situation, but he kind of brought it up, and so I'm trying to help him out, because God gave me some insight today about something. So God's gonna make sure I meet with him again so I can help him out through something. So I know it seems strange because Starlight doesn't have a job, but I'm working all the time. This is what I'm doing this right now until God, makes it clear enough where I know where I need to live. So you really, if you know somebody that's struggling in life right now, if you're a safe person, and they're struggling, you should help them out through this, and guide them, and because if you're not going to help them out, there's going to be somebody out there that's going to try to help them out. And because I get guys coming to me all the time, they see my sticker on my car, or I'm very friendly and outgoing, and there's nothing wrong with me being friendly and outgoing out in public. We need people like Starlight out in the world because people need it. People are lonely, but I got to keep myself safe, and because there's people that are deceiving people out there that are in situations like Starlight. So really, if you got family members or people that are going through some stuff, if you can help them out, or at least give them some advice, give them some advice and say, hey, because people, they are vulnerable, and sometimes people get desperate, and what would you do for food? Like, I made a video a while back where Starlight was like, thinking about taking a dish of food somewhere that it was not touched, but somebody threw it in the garbage, where God doesn't really want us to go to those extremes, really, but if you've ever been in this situation, and you don't know where your next food is going to come from, you'd be surprised what you'd be thinking, because I did save a guy from, actually, he was going to go in a garbage can one time, and I was like, oh my, he was actually looking at the food, and it was pizza that somebody didn't finish all the way. They only took like so many bites, and it is something though how wasteful people are, don't you think? I am not wasteful, unless the heat got to my food, then I gotta throw it away. But so that homeless, I gotta stop because there's a lady there. Sorry about that, I'm turning you around. So you gotta be safe, and I know some of you, might be too safe, where you don't even say hi or anything like that, and you're kind of keeping yourself in a box like that, and you might have information that really could help somebody out there, so we really need to, trust people, but to put boundaries up. And that's my message today, is that God gave me a message a while back, is the angels were telling me, Starlight, because God already knows ahead of time that this one man was going to come to me, and I had to get out of an area because of it. I'm not going to have somebody, where I got to always be paranoid, looking behind my back all the time, because I'm not going to put myself in that situation. So God chased me out of that area, so I'm safe, and you got to watch out, because they are out there, but it doesn't mean that you got to never speak to another human being out in public. And because there's people that we need each other, there's a lot of lonely people out there. So anyway, I really hope you get a lot of help, and I don't want you guys to worry about Starlight as far as my safety goes, because I do have some family members, and I'm not sure if they were watching my YouTube videos, but I'm not sure if they watch them anymore. I really can't tell. I haven't been able to figure out who watches my videos or not. I haven't even been able to figure out other things with my YouTube channel, so I am so sorry that I try to figure these things out on YouTube. And but I thank all of you that are on my you know, my YouTube channel and that do watch my videos and do share them. And, you know, really, if you know somebody that's struggling, you know, why don't you help them out so then the bad guy doesn't come around and try to help them out, you know? Have you ever thought of that? Well, now it's the day to think about that. Say, hey, you know, that person is, why don't I help that person out? And before somebody else thinks about doing something wrong to that person, there's a lot of homeless people. They might need some water to drink, or, you know, some food to eat, and like with Starlight, sometimes gas money. And, you know, a lot of people's hearts have gotten cold out there in the world, and I understand we all have stuff that we've gone through, but there's people out there that really need some help, so then other people don't take advantages of them. So I do love you. Just be careful. You know, you can be friendly, but be careful and listen to what they say. If they're lying to you, or they're toxic energy kind of people that are just draining the life out of you, get away, you know. You know, Starlight doesn't want to be around certain types of people. Absolutely not, you know. So you really got to protect yourself is so important, but don't build up the walls so much around your life that nobody can even help you out. I love you so much. This is Starlight, and I'm sorry, I don't think I can get the light right here without my hat here. Maybe if I stand over here, I don't know. So I'm so sorry, I can't really see you too well with this spot here, and that's going to blind me. So I do love you so much. I just want to make sure you're being safe out in public. And like I was saying earlier, is that, you know, even if you're out in public somewhere, are the people even paying attention to what's going on? Just because you're out in the park somewhere doesn't mean that you're safe. Like Starlight likes giving hugs, and this is what happened the other day. Is I told myself a couple days, I said, Starlight, you got to stop giving men hugs. And he was a big guy, and you know, he gave me a hug and he wasn't letting go. And you know, would anybody even notice, you know, if he just threw me in his vehicle? I don't really think so. You know, so we do have to keep ourselves safe out there, and not fall for people like that where, you know, hugs are great, but man, you know, the guy was I say 3 times my size. You know, he just could have gave me a bear hug and that would have been the it. You know, so we got to be wise when we go out, and be safe. And I love you so much. You could give this video a thumbs up. You could subscribe to my YouTube channel. Plus, you can leave a message down below. Beep, beep, beep. And you can also push the notification bell. That way you do not miss any videos. Plus, you can check out my playlist, and you can also follow me on Instagram at 1995 Starlight, or on Facebook, and that is Kathy with a K, Digman Starlight. So anyway, I love you, and Starlight is safe. I have Archangel Michael, and that's why it's so important that Starlight checks out her numbers, because the universe knows things before, you know, God knows when people are up to something, and that's how I get messages where God's like, hey, watch out. I'm like, oh, okay, now I see what you're talking about. So I love you so much. This is Starlight. This is Starlight, love, light, and peace.